Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. It's Binky and we continue on with Aesop, and this one I'm excited about. I really am. It's Viere. I've smelled this on my friend several times and I'm going to tell you it reminds me of a very specific perfume that I am obsessed with. Obsessed with. So this is Viere, I think is how it said. Viere is what my friend said. And this is the matcha one of the group. Now, very reminiscent of matcha 26. I always want to put it with 28. 26. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I have never smelled the original. I have seen it in store. I wanted to smell it, but I decided not to because I want to do a blind test. I do have a sample here. That's my next one coming up, where I want to test the two and see which one's the dupe versus which one's the original. So the thing is, I'm very familiar with the dupe from Montagne. I think that's how you say it. It is one that borrows inspiration from other brands, we will say that. And I love it. It is my go-to fall scent. One of them. I adore it. I adore it. I adore it. I adore it. So that's going to be coming up here soon. But this I have smelled before and it is very similar. Oh, I can already smell it to that. So I know I'm going to love this one. But let's look at this one. So a fresh and verdant fragrance with bright citrus, peppery green spice, herbaceous heart, and warm woods evoking sunny afternoons, sipping tea beneath an arbor of fig trees. Nice. So suited for all genders. There you go. Culturists, loungers, revelers, aroma citrus, greeny, woody. Or green, it's not greeny, but you can say greeny, sure, I mean, why not? Key ingredients, bergamot, fig, green tea. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I don't think you realize how much it smells so good on my friend. Watch it smell like musk on me or cumin, like everything else. But this one, the top notes, now this is not from Aesop. This is me looking it up elsewhere. And my friend argues some of this, but supposedly the top notes are bergamot, petitgrain, galbanum, middle notes, green tea, pink pepper resin, and base notes are mate, cedar, and hay. Oh, I've been so looking forward to this one. It smells so good on my friend. Probably we'll see what it does on me. There we go. He uses this one a lot. You can kind of see, he's like, okay, I want this one, but you can use it today. Bring it right back. I'm like, well, you can give me one for Christmas. So there you go. Ooh. It's already starting to fall down a bit. It drips. So interesting enough, the tea doesn't come out immediately. Ooh. No, it is like that bergamot that comes out straight away. Wow. And like a foresty scent. That's really interesting. Yeah, cedar. Cedar's the base note, but it really is coming out. Now, I don't know petitgrain that much, so bear with me. But yes, I know what it is, but could I pull it out of a lineup? Not yet, but maybe I'll look into it. I don't know all the notes. I do know what they are, but I don't necessarily know to pick them up because I haven't studied that. So there you go. But you learn over time for those who want to know. You really do. I'm definitely getting that cedar. I'm definitely getting that bergamot. This beautiful earthiness underneath. Oh, this is so good. It's so woodsy. It's so woodsy and outdoorsy, but yet there's this citrus blast that cuts through it. Again, that could be the bergamot. Bergamot tends to be very bright and happy, and so it's always a nice accent to those more woodsy kind of scents or those more earthy scents because it breaks that apart so that you get a little bit of light in that heaviness, which we all need. We all need a little bit of light here and there. So that's what this is. Oh, this is divine. This is so good. Okay, the green tea is starting to come through. And that's where you get that kind of matcha, kind of where I get that matcha 26. This is not identical, at least not to the one, the dupe that I use. This is beautiful in its own way. I feel like with that one, there's not the brightness to cut through it as much. It's a little bit more matcha based. Matcha and fig is more what that one is. Does this one have fig in it? I read the notes and I don't remember. I don't get fig in this one. No, I don't. And with the other one, with Matcha 26, the dupe, you definitely get that fig. The fig to balance out the matcha. It just goes together so beautifully. And it's very creamy. That's what it is. That one's more creamy and matcha. Well, this one is more sharp. So you are getting that green tea, because they're saying green tea note, with that cedar, which cedar in itself as wood isn't necessarily the most smooth wood. It has more of a sharpness to it, along with that bergamot, which has this sharpness, which cuts through the mate, which cuts through, which can be very earthy too, which cuts through the earthiness of, you know, the notes coming out of this one at this time. Ooh, very interesting. But let's try it on the skin here. Chemistry. Okay, it's very much bergamot and peppery. I get that punch of bergamot and pepper straight away. Ooh, yeah. So none of the smoothness of the mate or the green tea on my skin. It's just straight brightness. But let's try it on the clothing. Yep, on the clothing, I do get like a green plant of some sort. Maybe, I don't know what it is, but there's like that greenery of like you cut flowers and you get that fresh scent. So that is on my chemistry, or on my shirt, along with less of the brightness, more of the earthiness. But let me try it again. Yeah, so the green tea is mostly on the material. It's that green tea. It's that mate kind of earthiness with less of that brightness, but it peppery, bright, earthy. But when you move together, oh, it's so good. You get the beautiful matcha with brightness. Boy, this one's beautiful. This one is beautiful. This one apparently is very popular for fall. I talked to my friend about it, who works there, and he mentioned that this one's like almost sold out in all the stores right now, because this is a fall favorite, and I could definitely see why. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh, that's all I want to say. This is fantastic. This is not normally my scent profile, and this is part why I started doing this project of going through a bunch of different things that I'm not as familiar with, though I've smelled some of these. Different on your own chemistry, though, because of moments like this. This is not my normal profile. Be Damned, vanilla, amber, and sandalwood, and gourmands. Take a step back because of this. Oh my gosh. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check back in an hour after savoring the scent, because this is fantastic. Okay, so it has been about an hour and a half, not gonna lie to you. And so I'm checking back in on this one, and I can definitely smell it when I move, and it is lovely. It is really just a beautiful scent. So it definitely is more close to the body. You know, it had a nice bold blast initially, but now it's starting to calm down a bit. So you're probably gonna, I don't quote me on this, but you're probably gonna have to upkeep it every 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. But we don't know that fully yet, but right now I can see it's kind of heading that direction. But let's test it on the chemistry. Interesting. So there's a bitterness coming out on my chemistry. This isn't surprising. If you watch my channel, your chemistry is going to be very different than mine. That's why I do on both. So with this one on my chemistry, if you lean like I do, the bitter notes are coming out. My chemistry likes those musks, those animal scents, those bitter notes, the cumin. So notes that are a little bit more difficult, and I could definitely smell the there's a bitterness to this, and it's coming through, and it's not the galbanum. It was I'll put it to the side. I think that note tends to go a little bit bitter on me, and that's what's coming through. It's the matcha with bergamot and that bitterness coming forward. But let's try it on the shirt. Okay, on the shirt, it's definitely more matcha and mate. You get that earthiness in the matcha and mate coming together with the fig. The fig definitely comes through It's similar to, I was just talking about this one, matcha from Montagne. And I don't want to smell it because it'll mess up my nose right now, but it's a little bit creamier. So if this is anything like the real matcha 26, like they say it is, again, I'm doing a test on that soon, that's creamier. That's a creamier matcha and fig. This one has a brightness to it that one doesn't. So this one has that earthiness, but it's not as creamy. That bergamot is adding a brightness to it to cut through it, to give it take it into a different direction than that one, which is more creamy, like drinking matcha with fig and just being enveloped in a warm blanket of it. This one is a nice little warm blanket, but you're getting that sharpness through it, which is lovely, absolutely beautiful. It's just different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check back in 3.5 hours to make sure we hit that 5-hour mark, and we'll see where this one goes. But it's been a lovely journey so far. Okay, so it has been 5 hours, I had to think, and this one is still in this pocket. It's not as strong as it was. It's still really lovely, but if you want a little bit of the oomph kick, I think you're going to want to spray this one around the 3.5-4 hour mark to take it back to its former glory. But of course, it'll change it back to the original scent, not where it is now. So this one is still really beautiful though, and I smell it and it's just wonderful. It's a little bit more that matcha fig. It still is a little bit brighter than the matcha. I hope I'm saying that right. And there you go, from Montagne. I can only go to that one, but I will have more insight after I try the matcha 26. But let's try it here. So here, it's definitely more of a matcha fig than it was. The bitter note has burnt off, and the bergamot has kind of taken a back seat. So it's that fig, but mostly matcha and fig with a little bit of mate just hanging in there. But let's try it on the shirt. Ooh, that's sweet. So it's a little bit sweeter on the shirt, but again, it's the sweet matcha with fig and a little bit of that mate, and it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. It really is. Now, I will say, they are a little bit different. I feel like this one's a little bit, I can smell it now because I'm done smelling this one. Whew. I don't know what it is. There's something a little bit creamier about this one and something a little bit brighter with this one. So they are definitely two different scents. Now, if I had to rate these, well, this, because that's what we're talking about, I feel like a lot of people would say it's a little bit more masculine with the notes that they have. I don't know why matcha, mate, and fig are more masculine, but I can see how people may think that with the way that this is put together. Because there are other notes in it. You wear what you want when you want. That's how we live our world, right? So, but if I was going to, in case somebody kind of wanted to know, I would say that maybe this leans a little bit more masculine, but I would wear the heck out of this. I wear the heck out of this. Now, as far as season, I would say for me, I would wear this in fall and early spring. Some people may go for late summer. Still kind of hot here. I don't know if this would play well in humid weather as much for me, but that's my sense of scent. So you do what you do, wear what you want when you want. These are just little not guidelines. They're not guidelines. They're just where I would put it. This is one person's opinion on the internet. So if I were going to rate this one, now this one's good, but I think what kind of nudged it a little bit is I do prefer this one of the two. So I would give this one a 7.8. Part of it is this one lasts longer. This one needs to be upkept, and that's fine. But I think I like the smoothness and milkiness, or like, it's not milky. I don't know. It has a smoothness to it. I don't know, kind of like a milkiness to it, I guess. That's really strange. That's a weird way to describe it, but it kind of does to me compared to this, which is a little bit brighter. Oh yeah, way brighter, because you have the bright notes cutting through of like, there's a bright note. It's the bergamot cutting through where it's a main player and the other one it's not. So that's the big difference. And I think I just like this one just a little bit more. So 7.8 though is not really bad for a score. That's actually really good. Nobody's going to be upset about that. I mean, unless you're in college and you're like 78%. But that's not what we're doing. This is all based off of 10 like up to 10. So 7.8 out of 10. That ain't bad. This ain't school. So there you go. I really like this one. I think so far this is one of my favorites of the collection. I don't know what we're going to be doing next. I just kind of randomly pull whichever one my friend lets me borrow and go from there. So it's always a mystery. But until next time, have a fabulous day, my friends. Bye.